Wow, okay, hi, hey, hello, Thinkafurr here again. It's been a crazy week, Thinkers. Daily uploads? What happened to monthly or yearly uploads, let alone weekly? Anyway, the Pokemon Direct of February 2nd of 2025 was, in short, awesome. Okay, wow, that's the YouTube video title. So what exactly happened? Nintendo and Game Freak cooked is what happened. So for starters, yes, Pokemon ZA had a ton of stuff shown. More on that in a second, but first, Pokemon Champions? By the big-brained Thonk gods themselves, Thinkers, we have some genuinely cool stuff here. It looks like a competitive VGC Switch game that takes Pokemon from every generation, every gimmick via Pokemon Home, and just straight up lets you battle it out no holds barred, with what I'm guessing is designated rule systems that you can pick and choose from. I'ma just say it straight, but as a competitive Pokemon player myself, this is peak. Oh gosh, I just can't wait. Also, we got some Pokemon Unite news. Suicune will now be playable, and I for one can't wait to try out the Ice Doggo, but I do wonder how the movesets will play out. Hopefully, the movesets will feel unique, different, and fun, and entirely not just a copy-paste of Alolan Ninetales just juiced up with more stats. But that said, time will tell when I finally get around to streaming Pokemon Unite again on Twitch with the Thonk Squad and I finally get to try it out. Now look, my excitement simply cannot be stated enough for Pokemon ZA's news, and I really just cannot hold off any longer in talking about it in the video. So with that said, let's just deep dive into the Pokemon ZA content shown in the Pokemon Direct. So, first things first, the game's time periods within the lore. The first trailer had us all thinking it's in the distant past set before Pokemon X and Y's time, but this new second trailer, as of the new Pokemon Direct, now shows that this might not be the case, or this might just be a bit of both. We can even see that Pokemon XY's cornerstone lore character, King AZ, is present, and so is his partner Pokemon Floette. What's more, the king has aged. Perhaps the energy that kept him alive all these centuries has finally worn off after reuniting with his partner Pokemon. Regardless, he's aged at least 20 years from the look of it, and from what I can find online, a lot of people seem to think the future settings of Pokemon ZA depicted appear to be roughly 20 years later from Pokemon XY's time periods. Now, a bit of a copium afterthought, but will we get Pokemon XY remakes and or remasters now that we've had so much hype generated per the marketing material and the focus of Nintendo and Game Freak? Honestly, this really does have me hoping, but having said that, I'll be streaming a Pokemon XY playthrough sometime on Twitch this year before release. Feel free to follow me on Twitch if you're down to watch. That said, there's a lot of theory implications with King AZ being in the game and being aged up, but I'll save it for a different video. For more on that though, go check out my King AZ lore video here if you want to go theorize with me later. Now, what I'm feeling and hoping about the setting is this. Maybe Pokemon Legends ZA is set in present day, with us traveling back in time seamlessly. Or, alternate take, maybe Pokemon ZA is just simply set in present day and has us building a better, brighter future for Kalos, rectifying the mistakes of the distant past, and building a technologically prosperous world in the vision of King AZ. I mean, there's a lot of hyperfuturism shown in the trailers, and the cities of Lumiose look as grand as the lore and the XY games wanted us to envision them as. But anyway, moving on from that, on to more exciting things. It is a matter of a fact, the starter Pokemon have been shown. Not Cyndaquil, Chikorita, and the bestest Chomperompa Totodile are our starters. Now look, I'll take a Cyndaquil in just about every Pokemon game, but come on, it was already in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I could sort of understand why they wanted to change it up a bit, but I don't know. I'm impartial to a cute little Tepig. I could grow to accept it. But look, part of me just genuinely believes that we'll get access to other starters like Cyndaquil later. Probably as a post-game reward or just as a secret Easter egg, but oh my gosh, boy do I love this. Because at the end of the day, they chose 3 cuties for the starters. Just don't level them up and Evo them to their final evolution. Yeah, I'm going Eviolite all the way on this playthrough. Anyway, jokes aside, I can understand that the topic of starters and new Pokemon games always gets the community buzzing with expectations, mixed feelings, but personally, I'm just really happy that they put Totodile in the most, but I'm also genuinely a fan of Chikorita too. It's gonna be hard to pick my first starter starter from these two. Tepic is also very cute, but I've resonated the most with Chikorita and Totodile the most purely because I grew up with the anime, so it's very easy for me to immediately beeline for one of those two. Having said that, we should of course address the gameplay now that we've gotten a peek. I think Nintendo is trying very hard to set the bar of expectations low so that they don't overpromise, and that is honestly very refreshing. Very refreshing take from a company that always is trying to innovate and push the boundaries. I think you kind of want to show the core gameplay more than the neat gimmicks or anything new as quickly as possible, if not just first before showing anything new and above and beyond what's already previously been done. Breaking the trend of late and high expectations is what I think Pokemon really needs. Having said that, the gameplay we've seen is fairly reminiscent of Pokemon Legends Arceus, just with its own flair and its own flavor. But what I saw in this as well was a demonstration of trainer battles, and better yet, maybe potentially what PvP battles against players looks like. This here really gives me high hopes that we'll get a really fun online experience, but it could just be PvE with players versing trainer NPCs. Oh gosh, I really would love for this to be how online battles are in PLZ as well, but again, I'm gonna just sit, wait, and see what's in the next trailer when it drops. Now, barring the conventional aspects of Legends battles seen in the Direct, we've finally been shown the Mega Evolution in ZA, and it's honestly glorious. Yes, they kept the Mega Evolution mechanic as it is, but also, they omitted what's gonna happen in the Strong Style and Agile Style mechanic. My feeling is that Strong Style and Agile Style will be replaced with Mega Z and Mega A, or any kind of letter assignment that the Mega Stone has. Just like Charizard X and Charizard Y, or Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y. We're probably gonna have different forms that contrast one another with stat changes. In short, what I'm getting at is that we might have a strong Mega Evo choice and an agile Mega Evo choice. Either way you cut it, chances are it's all going to revolve in one way or another around Mega Evolution variations. Oh boy, watch this become a bad milk take and it totally just being wrong in a few months' time. Ugh. Anyway. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, we finally got to roam a big giant world with a Pokemon companion as a mount. In Pokemon XY, we literally got to start riding Pokemon around, and I'm almost certain we will see this feature return, given how much Pokemon Scarlet and Violet featured this. I also think it's allowed Nintendo and Game Freak to really squeeze this mechanic now, such that it's pretty much down pat. Greenlighting the use of this rideable Pokemon in PLZA just feels like a must. Oh yeah, speaking of green, did anyone see the adorable little Zygarde cell moving around? Oh yes, thinkers, we're definitely getting a 900 Korok Seed fetch quest, except it's 900 Zygarde cells. Oh, and instead of golden poop as a reward, it's Zygarde 100% form, and gosh, if they actually could make it shiny as well, that'd be a really great embellishment, but hey, they did it! Zygarde's genuinely coming back, and it's gonna be a big part of the plot, or a solid important part of it anyway. Reason I say that is because we can see the player characters' basic outfits have a Zygarde color scheme, and various other aspects of the world do as well, but what I wonder is if King AZ has a hand in helping us out in finding them? I don't know. Maybe he will be the one helping us find them, or maybe it'll be Professor Sycamore from Pokemon XY. Also, another question to think about is, well, will Lysander return and attempt to burn Kalos down to the ground with his dark ambitions of a perfect and beautiful world? Will the ultimate weapon return? With Zygarde being in the game and how the anime plot went down in Pokemon XYZ? Oh man, my brain is just scrambling with so many different ideas all at once. I really just can't say it enough how excited I am for Pokemon Legends ZA. This definitely doesn't have anything to do with being starved of news for months, ramping up my copium brain centers. Nope, not at all. But one question that's out in the open though, will we see Primal Reversion at all, like with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire? Maybe, possibly, probably not. But the Oris games did have Mega Evolution hand in hand with it. That said, one other thing that's kinda got my brain in a bind is the need to see my favorite Mega Evolutions return, like Mega Charizard and Mega Sceptile and Mega Blaziken to name a few of them. Oh, which reminds me, aesthetics. Now I'm totally all for the Zygarde clothes aesthetic, and I really hope there's more outfit choices to pick pick from. That's something that was really awesome about Pokemon XY, and also something that we got to really enjoy in Pokemon Legends Arceus as well as Pokemon Sword Shield. Now look, if you know me well enough, you'd probably know that I'd be spending ages in character customization screens if Legends EA retains outfit customization. Oh, but speaking of ages, that's kind of all the time I had to write the script and all the time I had to fit things into the video. If I missed anything, and I know I would have, but yes, if I missed anything in the trailers, please comment down below and share. I learned so much from all you big brain thinkers in the comments alongside my own research on topics. If you liked this video and want more content, then subscribe. That all said, join the Discord for the memes, follow me on Twitch, and of course, have a big-brained, thonky day, everybody. Bye-bye!